A very good morning to all of you. I am Professor Nidhi, Assistant Professor from SIITE Bhopal. Today we are going to study our next topic, properties of fluid pressure for semester 3rd. So basically, what are the properties of fluid pressure? As we have studied that the forces which are exerted by a fluid on the walls of the container or the vessel which it is contained are always perpendicular. They won't be inclined, they won't be linear, but they will be perpendicular, as one side of the container is hollow, and when we fill the container with the fluid, each and every force acts perpendicularly from fluid to the walls of the container or a vessel. Second property says that a fluid pressure is directly proportional to the depth of the fluid and to its density. It says that when the fluid pressure will increase, gradually the depth of the fluid will also increase. Same as above, if the density increases, pressure will also be increases. Exactly the vice versa will happen, that if it decreases, both the density and depth will also be decreased. Also, at any particular depth where we get or where we measure the fluid, the pressure will be same in all the direction. It will not change due to temperature, due to shape or size, or due to any sort of flow. If it flows through a pipe, if it flows through a duct, if it flows through a rectangular vessel or a body, the pressure will be same. Pressure is independent of shape or any area of its container. It is true, it is well true. It actually occupies the shape, changes its volume, but it is always free from the factors which are dependent for changing the density and depth of the fluid. Moving forward with an example, a driver is located 20 meters below the surface of a lake. A driver is particularly at the point 20 meters below the surface of a lake having density. The particular density of that lake is 1000 kg per meter cube. The fluid of that lake is 1000 kg per meter cube. So what is the pressure due to the water? Now we are going to calculate it, the difference in pressure from top of the lake to the diver. So this is what del H or del P we are going to calculate. Hence we have given that diver is located 20 meters below. That means the depth, that is H, which is equals to 20 meter, and we know that acceleration due to gravity is 9.81 meter per second square. The unit must be fixed in your mind for your further use in future. Likewise, when we have the difference in pressure formula, that is del P is equals to del H into G. So it will give a proper answer for us, that is the rho G is P is equals to rho G H, where rho, that is the density, is 1000 kg per meter cube. Then G is 9.8 meter per second square, as we have studied in our past class. And the last is height, that is the point of top to bottom for diver. Okay. So after calculating, we get the difference in pressure from top to the bottom is 196 kilopascal. This is how we are going to calculate, by drawing a diagram, putting the given equations, delivering the formula, and giving output with an answer. Moving towards the atmospheric pressure, the basic way we know that to measure the atmospheric pressure is to fill a test tube with a mercury and then invert it into a bowl of mercury. Therefore, we know that the density of mercury is 13,600 kg per meter cube and pressure according to atmospheric condition is rho g h, where h is 0.760 meter for that particular mercury tube. Then likewise we calculate it also for mercury and we get the answer 101,300 Pascal. We must know that atmospheric pressure is always calculated according to the pressure difference given by mercury in a thermometer, in a test tube or in a vessel. The last is the absolute pressure. The sum of the pressure due to the fluid and the pressure due to the atmosphere is known as the absolute pressure. Then the gauge pressure, difference between the absolute pressure and pressure due to the atmosphere is known as the gauge pressure. This is how both the pressure are being defined. One atmospheric pressure is equals to 101.3 kilopascal, which should be done with your work. After that, the absolute pressure is the gauge pressure plus 1 atomic pressure. So both gives a basic absolute pressure as 297 kilopascal accordingly. So these are the basic units, basic quantities which you have to summarize every time for your calculations, for your numerical problems, so that you can analyze your answer very easily. Okay? So next we are moving with the Pascal law, which was a very basic law that when an external pressure applied to an enclosed fluid is transmitted uniformly throughout the volume of the fluid. It is quite clear that when an external pressure is applied to enclosed, which is totally a closed fluid in a container, where the forces, the pressure is transmitted uniformly. It means the pressure will be same at each and every point on every base of the point of the fluid throughout the volume of the liquid. Therefore, pressure in will be equals to pressure out. The pressure over the surface of the fluid and the pressure inside the surface of the fluid will be equal. Okay? Here the force given is equals to force output, and the area on which it is given will be area we get in the output. That will not change at all. This is the Pascal law states. So thank you for the today's lecture. We have studied regarding the different pressure properties and the Pascal law. Again we'll take up with some new topic. Till then, stay tuned and keep learning. Thank you.